All right, I'm back. So sorry about that, guys. Ran out of battery. But anyhow, so what I was talking about is, this is a D1S light bulb HID. Just make sure it's a 35 watts. And just make sure you handle this, carefully. So que esta es la bombilla que trae el foco. Es lo que le llaman una D1S. Por favor, se limpian las manos o utilicen un poco de precaución cuando lo remuevan y asegúrense que es de 35 watts. Okay, so basically, the difference on this headlight is the fact that, and I'm going to show you in here. So this old headlight, it has a bracket. So I don't know if you guys can see in there. Let me put this thing down. Okay, so there is a bracket that comes in with the old one. That whole bracket, that whole metal in there with the wires, that comes with this one. It doesn't come with the new one. So just make sure, just be aware of that. So para que lo sepan, el bracket que acaban de ver, ese bracket viene en el anterior, pero no viene en el nuevo. So in this case, and this is something for you guys to pay attention also. So remember the bracket I was showing you, this one doesn't have the bracket. This one you just have to line it up. So there are a couple notches on the top. I don't know if you can see it in there. That will match your light bulb. So once you insert it in there and it's fully down, press it down, all you have to do is turn. So let me show you over here. So que entonces son diferentes brackets. En este caso, en el bracket de la nueva no va a traer ese bracket, no lo va a aguantar así, sino que va a entrar la presión. So this is the notch that I was talking about. So there's a notch right here on the top. There's like square. I don't know if you can see that in there. There's a square and there's a round one. That's what you're gonna line up. Again, this is upside down, so it's basically gonna be going like this. So it's gonna go like in an angle, sort of like that, and then you're gonna turn it and it's gonna sit tight in there. So que en otras palabras, el bracket que estaba hablando de la nueva va a tener este espacio, tiene un espacio cuadrado y un espacio que es redondo. Lo que tiene que hacer es alinearlo, presionarlo y darle una vuelta. So, in other words, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the cable first. All right. So these cables are pretty dump-proof. No hay forma de que puedan dañar esta parte. So in this case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna insert it very carefully. Make sure we don't mess it up. So then we're gonna look for that notch. Take a look at it. Square this way. Okay, here we go. So you're gonna hear that it sits there. Then you have to do just turn it a little bit. So que vas a escuchar que va a entrar y lo que tienes que hacer es solamente darle un twist. So there you have it. There it is. So connected. So good to go. Make sure that, I took that part just to show you guys to get a little bit more play. So ahí lo tienen. Así es como se montan. Y entonces, lo que vamos a hacer es que vamos a poner todos los covers hacia atrás para proceder a montarlo. So now, all we have left is to do the sprayer. Okay? So this sprayer right here, this is the sprayer that comes out from the original one. Make sure you don't break this part right here. This part can be very flimsy. Just like I said, it's a normal maintenance procedure. Just make sure you clean it and make sure that that is right there is not broken, or if not, you're gonna have a lot of leaks. So que como les decía, esto viene del foco anterior, so que asegúrense de limpiarlo, tengan cuidado con esta parte para que no se rompa y asegúrense después de limpiarla para que entonces lo puedan montar y que este O-ring no esté roto. So, if we can find it. real quick. A little cleaning bottle. I'm going to use just a little bit of soapy water. So que vamos a utilizar un poquito de agua con jabón. Nada que sea fuerte, sino que solamente estamos eliminando un poco de la mugre, del sucio. Alright, so basically, once we got this thing cleaned up, the way that this thing goes is it's pretty easy to line up, but just make sure that that notch right there is like a lining area goes inside, and then just make sure you lined up this side right here with the opening on the light. So que asegúrense que antes de ponerlo que tengan ese espacio que es lo que alinea para que quede derecho. And like so. Right. This one actually feels a little bit easier than the first one. And with the old hardware, we're going to secure it. Y con los tornillos del anterior, los vamos a utilizar y los vamos a montar. Like so. It's always a good practice to get them started first. Make sure you have that, it's not going crooked or any other way. Everything is lined up right. Okay. Con esta parte ya terminamos. So, this is the full assembly, and then all we have left is to put it together. Alright, so once again, to put it together, what we're going to do is that we're going to set up the line first, the water line, then we're going to do the connector, then we're going to do the this side right here. Now, as a predetermined, you can also take this part right here, let me show you right here. So this light bulbs have a way to line them up. You can do this later, or you can do like me. I have a tool, basically a caliper that I use to basically measure, you know, how deep I want it, so in that way I can pre-measure it. And then I have to do less adjustments for it. So again, if you don't want to watch this part, just fast forward, you know, to the video. And this is basically, like I said, this is what I use. I'm not doing anything fancy. All I'm doing is using the old one, the measurements of the old one on two sides. Set it right here, and then in that way you can set it over here. The wrench to use that is basically a 7/8 to adjust that, and then if you pre-adjust it, then you have to do less adjustments once you put everything back together. Okay, so without further ado, let's start doing this. Okay. All right, so I did my bottom measure right here. And it looks like it needs to go in. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I'm just making sure that this lines up with the old one. And if you have any discrepancies, you can correct that then afterwards. Again, this is not to perfection, but this is just to give you an idea. So entonces lo que hacemos es que lo apretamos para que me dé la profundidad que necesito. Y entonces, como le dije, mientras menos ajustes tenga que hacer después, pues mejor todavía. Okay, so let's do this real quick. I'm gonna leave the talking for later. Okay, so this one had nothing to do with it. It's perfect. Okay, so the last one, which is this one. Okay, looks like we're right there. We're ready to go. All right, so we got our pre-setups. Again, just to make sure we had the ballast, we connected it, we just pushed it in, easy into it, just basically just went around it, just make sure you don't bend any pins. You set this thing up, the measurements from the old one, and then put the light back in, and we're ready to go. Okay, como les decía, ya está todo montado, tenemos el sprayer, tenemos el ballast montado con cautela y tenemos el preload ya seteado. Okay, ahora vamos a verificar cómo se monta en el vehículo. Okay. Alright, so this part is probably not going to be as clear, but it's very easy to do. Okay. So esta parte no va a ser muy clara, so que va a ser bien fácil. So what we're going to do is that we're going to set the line, water line, until you hear the click. Ponemos el conector del agua hasta que escuches el click. Then we go ahead for the connector. Just make sure you ease it in slowly until you hear the click. So que vamos al conector después de la corriente hasta que le escuche. Again, in this case, I got a broken one, so I'm only going to do 3 bolts. So we set the one on the side, upper side, so then that way it doesn't come out, it doesn't break. And then we're going to set this one up. Again, it's always a good way to do maintenance by starting it, just getting it hand tight. Make sure everything is working properly, and then go on to your wrenches. Okay, that's pretty good. All right. So now here comes another critical part. So aquí viene otra parte crítica. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to tighten them down until you can freely move them by hand. Just make sure you can kind of like move them. You don't have to tighten them all the way down. And what you're going to do is you're going to close the bonnet, which many call it bonnet, or the hood, and then you're going to try to bring it down to almost close down, so that in that way it would basically line up, and it will let you. This thing in here looks like it did not go in the area. Here we go. All right, so basically, you're going to put it down, but not all the way down. You're just going to line it up, so that in that way you know where it's going to be. So que lo que vas a hacer es que lo vas a bajar y te vas a asegurar que no esté impidiendo con los faroles. Okay? So it's always good to know that basically you're going to have a lot more space in the upper area than the lower area, but just to make sure, you're going to kind of look for that clearance, just to make sure you don't mess them up. Okay? So que te vas a asegurar que tenga bastante espacio para que no tengan ningún problema con ello. So kind of push it back, pull the hood again, and give it a tight. Lo vas a atrás un poco y lo aprietas. Okay, you don't really need to do too much torque to it. again. So basically, now that we have everything set up, now we're gonna look at it again, make sure it lines up. Okay, looks like it lines up. So nos estamos asegurando que tenga bastante clearance, que entre, y entonces ahora vamos a hacer la prueba. Como les decía, yo voy a poner la batería de nuevo para que entonces podamos hacer la prueba, asegurarnos que funcione. Pero para no hacerlo esperar más, pues les voy a enseñar el lado derecho, que ya el lado derecho ya lo había completado. Okay, so here's our test. All right. So for this test, what we're gonna do is once you connect the battery, okay, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna turn on the car and make sure I connect back the battery. Okay, make sure you tighten the battery, nothing loose. Okay. All right, so now to the real test. First thing you have to make sure is that nothing comes on when you have the park lights on, so you turn on the park lights, and by knowing if the park lights are on, you just look down there. Okay, just make sure that your park lights are on. Make sure all your lights are on, and just make sure that everything is working properly. So lo primero que vas a hacer es que vas a verificar las luces de parking, que son las luces que están acá abajo, y asegurarte que ninguna de estas luces prenden, como se supone. Entonces, the next test that we're going to do is we're going to do signal lights. As you can see, signal light works. Okay, now we're going to do 4 ways. Okay, so 4 ways I had a program to do it differently. So that's the 4 ways. So que entonces lo que hacemos es que la prueba que hicimos fue de las señales de la derecha. En este caso, en este foco estamos a la derecha, señal de la derecha que funcione. En este caso estamos poniendo los 4, lo que le llaman los hazards, y en este momento está funcionando. Ahora vamos a ir para el próximo prueba. Lights on. Okay, so there you have it. They're working, lights on. Like I said, ya lo están viendo, las luces están prendidas, como todo, ellas prenden. Esto es el low beam, les vamos a enseñar ahora el high beam. Okay. Le enseñamos las luces bajas y las luces altas en movimiento, y ahora tenemos solamente las luces altas. So again, this is it, this is the proof, and then now you can go and then do your adjustments for everything and to make sure that your lights are working properly. So again, so basically this proves that what I researched and what I looked up, I was actually right. I just make sure that there was someone that was actually was going to trust me and believe me. And again, I'm going to link, this part numbers on the video on the bottom, so then that way you guys have, this knowledge. And again, this video is for knowledge. This is not to bash on anybody, but I wanted to do this as a part of education, so that in that way understands that Mini actually created these lights. The 2 lights that this car has, it was a 25, the next one 26. Those are the chrome interiors, and then the ones with the black interiors are actually the next 2 numbers, 27 and 28. They do work. Again, thanks a lot to Europarts, 9101. Kudos to you. And then basically, leave any comments below, any other questions that you guys may have. And again, hopefully I might be able to upload more videos to help you guys out. Ciao.